Hi, we're on the Garmin stand at IFA in Berlin with Clive Taylor from Garmin. You've just announced a load of new devices for the nüvi. Could you explain about these ranges a little bit, please?
Sure. We're talking about three things today at the show. Firstly, we're talking about our new 3D traffic, we're talking about lifetime maps, and we're talking about launching a whole new range of products. Starting from the Essential line to the Advanced line, all the way through to the Premium line. So as I was saying, we have three lines. The one which we're showing right now is what we call the 3490 LMT. When we say LMT, that means it's got lifetime maps and lifetime 3D traffic. With this product, we have a whole technology which is a whole new navigation engine, which we're calling Guidance 3. And I'll show you what that Guidance 3 involves now. So I'm going to take you through a small slideshow and show you some key screenshots. Now, Guidance 3 brings significant improvements in terms of the intuitiveness and ease of use of the product. Brings together some speed, so things are significantly faster. So for example, in terms of search, and I'll show you an example of search, is up to 10 times as fast as previous generations of products. In terms of route calculations, at least twice as fast as well. So,
when you talk about Navigation 3, you're talking about improvements both in software and in hardware as well?
Yes. So here you'll see from the screen we have introduced points of interest in 3D, so you can see some of the key points of interest, and we have some which are labeled, so they're like branded, key branded, so like BP or petrol stations. So if you're specifically looking at BP petrol stations, you can find them, or McDonald's here in the example, or Burger King. But anyway, along your route you can see, and it shows up key points of interest which might be useful on your journey. There is a lot of intelligence built into that, so as you come up to your final destination, then it will come up with parking spots and such like. I won't go through all that detail, but there is intelligence built into that. You'll see here on the right hand side that there are three different icons which can be selected, and you can select which ones which are most appropriate for you.
So by selected, you mean you can customize them and decide which ones you want there for yourself?
Yes, customize them. So here it's you can actually control the volume. Here it's you can cancel your trip, and here you can investigate what the status is in terms of traffic. Just in terms of the ease of use, there was particular focus being put into improving our search. So we have two ways of searching. One is like a Google type search, where you can type in anything you want, such as here in our example, pizzeria, and it will give you a selection of anything which is to do with pizza in your area. So very useful search, because some people don't know the exact location they're looking for, so if they know part of their location, they can put that in and they can find it. Alternatively, we have what we call grayed out letters, where it will only show you the numbers or the letters which you can actually then type in. So if you're looking for a specific address and you're putting in a postcode, it will only show you relevant letters which you can actually still enter in. Here, just to show you, this is what we call safe texting, and this is compatible with a lot of the new phones which are coming out with dot map Bluetooth technology, and basically it will read out messages which come on your phone, and then helps you, because you don't actually have to go and look at your phone and read out or read your text. It will read it out to you. And you can do some quick, what we call canned responses. So if it's like OK, then you can quickly put that in and reply to the message as well. Here is an example in terms of our 3D traffic. This is showing that there's actually some roadworks on your way. So there are significant improvements in terms of the depth of data which we have, and particularly if you talk about Germany, we have improvements in terms of the speed, in terms of getting the service. We have improvements in terms of the coverage, and we have improvements significantly in terms of the type of events which we can record and show to the user. So we have something particularly in Germany like called Geisterfahrer, which is when someone's driving the wrong way down a motorway, and it will immediately come up with that warning and show you where that is.
And this traffic information is delivered by RDS TMC?
That is delivered by RDS TMC, yes. Yeah, so here you can inquire, and we've got these different codes here for the type of traffic events which are happening, and there is a key to those type of different traffic events, so you can identify what the different color schemes are. Here, just to show some of the 3D graphics that's looking at at one of the buildings here in Berlin. And another new thing which we brought into the Guidance 3 is what we call bird's eye view. And this shows, particularly in terms of complex junctions where you have one maneuver almost directly after another, sometimes that can be very confusing and hard to actually communicate. But this sort of comes out and shows from a high level where there's a maneuver directly after the other. So here you've got one where you have to pull off on the right hand side, and then almost directly afterwards you have to make sure you're in the left hand lane. So it's only at certain junctions when that happens, because of course we do have the photoreal junction view, which is unique to Garmin, which shows a real picture-real photo of the junction. Here it's a photoreal junction view, so you can see even the trees and some of the pylons are actually in here. It's a real photoreal representation of that junction. So that's it. That's what I want to talk about in terms of Guidance 3, just to show you. Obviously, this is the 3490 and less than 10 millimeters thick, and nice, slim, sexy design.
This particular one also has a speaker in the mount as well now to enhance the sound quality.
Yes, this is when you get to this sort of thin product, it's helpful to have further power. So hopefully built into you can see built into the mount is an extra speaker to give extra volume. Yeah, so this is the Advanced series, and this is the 2490 LMT. So one thing which we haven't talked about is the lifetime maps and lifetime traffic. I think it's an important message. Customers don't like subscription models, and here two of the key things is to have traffic and to make sure that maps are always up to date. With these products, there is, with LMT, you have to look for that LMT that has lifetime maps and traffic. So up to 4 times you can update your maps up to 4 times every year, and you can continue updating your maps up until for as many years as you like. Now, naturally, every time there is a map update, the size of the map does increase as you bring in new things like photoreal junction views, which are memory heavy. Then sometime you might run out of internal memory. There's no issue, because you can simply put an SD card in the SD slot and continue to expand your maps. This is our 2590 LMT. And the 5-inch products are now becoming really the standard size of screen. People like this as a perfect size for their car. So we have a complete range of the 2590 products as well. So yes, this is our Essentials series, which is really designed for someone who wants a really simple A to B navigator. It has advanced features like text-to-speech, like junction view, but it doesn't have some of the more advanced features like traffic. But perfect for, say, a first-time user, someone where budget is very, very important, someone who will use it not that often, who maybe keeps a lot of time in the glove compartment. This is the sort of product which is designed for them.
Now, really the differentiation between those, you've been talking about junction views in all 3, but there are different types of junction view. You've got plain junction view, photoreal junction view, and at the top end you've got the bird's eye view.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so in Guidance 1 we have just a straight junction view, so it's a representation of the view of the junction. So it shows you which lane you need to be in at the right time on the junction. But when you move up to the Guidance 2, which is on our 2000 series, then we have photo live junction view, so a true real representation of it, like with the trees as we saw earlier. And then with the Guidance 3, then we introduce the bird's eye junction view for real complex junctions as well, on top of the bird's eye, on top of the photo live junction views.
Okay, thank you, Clive.
Thank you, Mike.